Got something really special for this episode because we're going to uproot from the equipment dealership and we're going to head to the MGIA show. And in this particular episode, we're going to be looking at the Stinger products. We're going to the Stinger booth. I believe whether you are a homeowner looking to have a beautiful yard or you are a landscaper looking to differentiate yourself from chucking a truck, this episode is a must-see. And if you stay to the end, the last product we talk about has a crazy feature that nothing else in the industry actually has. So without further ado, let's head to the show. So we're here with Tim. You are a distributor in Michigan for Stinger products, right?
Yep.
So I've seen some Stinger stuff. I've never been up close and personal. His job is to convince me we're all about value. I'm all about value. That's why we sell so many bad boy mowers. Obviously, this isn't a mower, so
Stinger Aerators. This is the Quad Air 3000. This machine is a carbureted Kawasaki engine. It is hydraulic driven.
I think in mowers, they're hydraulically driven, right? Mowers?
Yep.
It's a pump and a wheel motor. It's a unitized.
This is hydraulic pump and then wheel motors.
And that is not typical?
It's not typical. Most everyone has chain drive on their units.
For an aerator,
For an
that's
aerator.
what's typical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ours is all hydraulic driven. The exception to that is the new Slim Air, and we'll talk about that in just a minute.
What is the history of Stinger? Like, how long has this been around?
Stinger's been in business 10-ish years, I think. American made, American crafted.
And before we go any further, because you're going to jump into some of this, I'm a lawnmower dealer. And most dealers, that's kind of the case. Like, I don't know enough about this. And I feel like probably if you're a lawn care guy watching this, they don't even know where to start.
Sure.
Investment-wise, what are we looking at? And how do you really get the understanding of what to do on this?
So aeration typically takes place in early spring before the growing season, and it takes place in fall at the end of the growing season. And the reason you're aerating is that you're pulling plugs and putting air back into the soil, letting the soil loosen up and things to grow. This machine can either be purchased as just a straight aerator and only aerate, or the way you really make your money is you put a seed box on it, you aerate and you overseed at the exact same time. And the box on the front is the overseeder.
Okay.
And it drops the seeds right in front of the aeration tines.
So it's going to lush the grass. So you want to do this if it's a really spotty, dry type lawn.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about. You just see the lawn that's kind of spotty, dry, and this is the answer. What else can people do?
You can get into fertilizing and all that stuff. But for a commercial cutter, this is a great way to add value to their product line, because they can come in and they can aerate a whole bunch of properties in the course of one day. And again, you're aerating and you're overseeding, which typically has been two processes that you charge the customer for twice. With this machine, you do both processes and you're paying your labor once.
Normal on these to be able to do it at the same time?
Oh, absolutely. So the machine operates much like a stand-on lawnmower. It's hydraulic, hydraulic driven.
Yep.
It's a zero turn concept, but you're standing.
I buy this machine, I got to go out and use it the first time. How do we do it?
Obviously, parking brakes off.
Okay.
Forward and reverse controls.
So we're moving just like a mower.
Moving just like a mower.
Then we want to aerate. How do you operate this?
So to aerate, you put the tines in the down position, which is opposite on this here. And there's a foot switch here that you activate. So when your foot switch is activated, your tines are down.
Is it going up and down, or it stays down?
It's a drum.
Oh, it's rolling.
Drum that rolls. It has spoons on it. You can adjust up to your hydraulic pressure, down pressure, so that you can pull up to a 4-inch plug.
The deeper you want to go is here, you're saying?
It's here. And that all depends on what you're trying to do, the soil types.
So if it's super, super compact, you might have it all the way up and it still only goes an inch or something if it's crazy
that's
hard.
correct.
But it can go as deep as
4 inches of...
Okay.
Yeah. So
and what is typical? Like, how far should someone want to go if they're doing
most
this?
guys I see pull between 2.5, 3 inches. And again, it depends on soil types. You have a sandy loam, do you have clay, do you have black dirt?
And that's part of where you got to learn these nuances so you know.
Yeah, you learn how seed grows.
If you go too deep, what's the problem?
The seed won't grow fast enough to get through the soil. And if you put it too shallow, it gets eaten by the birds.
So you almost, like, if you're learning on the property, you don't know anything about it, I'm spitballing here, you could just go a little bit and actually get like a measure to figure out I'm at 3, and that's what you do?
Absolutely. Every operator, the first thing they do is they run just a little bit. They look behind them and see what the plugs are.
They can just visually kind of see what's going on.
They look like goose poop when they pull them.
You wouldn't want to mow like right after. You want it to just sit.
You let it mow. You let it sit. Mow next week.
And obviously this, you get up to the pavement, whenever you just pop it up, you're
exactly.
good.
You're running along, you get to a sidewalk, you take your foot off of it, it pops up instantly. I mean, nanosecond, it's up, you get past, you put push the button and it's back down and you're back to aerating.
So that's aerating. And then how does the seeding aspect occur?
This is your seed box. 150 pounds of seed goes in there.
Okay.
Okay, there's a agitator at the bottom. It's a drop seeder. The controls for it are here. You put it in automatic mode. This is your seed flow graph. So it tells you different types of seed, and then it talks about the pounds per thousand.
I don't even know what types of grass.
So fescue and bluegrass are the most common types of grass in the upper Midwest.
Someone watching this in Florida, where are they?
Your supplier is going to tell you what seed to plant. You figure out your pounds per thousand. You figure out what the digital setting is off the graph. You set it here.
OF, what did that stand for?
Off.
Okay. It's not what you guys thought it was.
You set it here.
That is great.
Put the automatic button on. Seed flow is 63 based off of this chart.
Right? Oh, okay.
We're going to do bluegrass, which is the orange line.
Okay.
And we want to put 6 pounds per thousand. So we come across the 6, come down. That's going to be about a 41.
So let's say you got 1,000 square foot backyard.
We're going to put 6 pounds per thousand. Come across to the line.
How do we even know?
Seed bag.
The seed bag will tell you.
Yeah,
okay.
That's going to be somewhere around the 40, 41, 42 number.
Okay.
You set
so
that.
You're setting that in.
Your seed is in the box, and I'm going to show you what the seed box does when we activate. So when you activate your aeration tines, your tines are down.
Okay.
It's the gate.
That's moving your seed.
Moving the seed.
Yeah.
Slide gate opens and closes. So that seed then drops right down through the channel here.
That's all electric, it seems like, right?
This is all electric and hydraulic. Okay, drops down in front of your aeration, and then the aeration just pokes holes and it's throwing the dirt on top of the seed.
There.
I'll show you the aeration drum down here. There's a drive motor for each of these, and then then it's centrifugally
is it like a Parker wheel motor? Do you know what?
Yes, Parker wheel motors, hydro gear pump.
And they're tucking them up here.
Yeah, everything's up underneath the seed box.
So pretty accessible as far as working on it.
Yes.
Is that a little bit more than most, or are they all pretty similar like this?
I'd say they're all pretty similar as far as serviceability.
And then up here, there's not a whole lot going on. It's just a flat. All the action's happening back here. Or that cedar comes down. Is this your lunch?
No.
Who's hiding their lunch?
Somebody's hiding their lunch.
Okay. Yeah, so you get all access to the pulleys is not blocked by anything.
Right. There's one pulley, one belt.
So tell us on this. How much does this setup cost? Roughly, what's a retail number on this?
17.5, 18.
So 17 to 20 grand we're talking. And that's a lot better than competition, you're saying?
It's in line. I mean, maybe a little higher than guys that are running chains and sprockets.
So as far as the quality, you're saying you're at a better price for what quality you're getting?
So with the hydraulic drive stuff, if you forget to raise your tines when you're at the end of the property and you make a U-turn, that pressure is absorbed back into the hydraulic system. It's hydraulic down pressure, but you also have hydraulic down or drive motors.
Right.
And those
so it kind of takes it to those instead almost.
Puts it back in. So the chain and sprocket drive systems, when you make those turns to come back, your U-turns to come back on the property, all of that energy is absorbed into the chain and sprocket. It side loads, it stretches, all of those things.
More apt to break and stuff.
And it's a daily or a weekly maintenance item, where with the hydraulics, it's check your fluid and go.
Now what else we got?
So this is the brand new unit released at Equip Expo in October. They're in production now. We're hoping to see them to retail late spring, early summer. This is a Slim Air 24.
Okay.
It'll fit through a 36-inch gate. It will also come with a seed box as an option. This unit is hydraulic drive for the aeration, but it has chain drive.
More affordable way to do it.
Believe it or not, it's going to be about the same price point as the 30 because it's still the same components. It's just a smaller package. The reason it is chain drive is because they couldn't get all of the hydraulic wheel motors to fit into this footprint and be able to do everything that it does. So we have the 2 chain to the traction motor drive.
This doesn't have the cedar though.
This comes with a seed box. It just isn't on here. You can get.
Can you get it with or without? Does anyone ever not get it?
Any of these you can get with or without.
Why would you not want the?
We actually find that rental houses that rent to homeowners will buy them without seed boxes.
Because they want to sell them 2 different machines or something?
It's more things for them to fix if somebody breaks it.
Right, probably, yeah. Is this unique to the market? Like, are there many that are this small to get back gates? Is there stuff out there?
There are a couple other 24 inches out on the market, but not hydraulic drive, not with this technology.
always Kawasaki, or is it different?
It is for us. As of right now, it's all Kawasaki offering.
Hey, we're Kawi fans, so
Yeah.
okay.
So the GT30 is very similar to the Quad Air 3000. It's the same size, same chassis. The difference is upgraded motor, larger wheel motors and pump, run flat tires, black in color, and a weight kit for the front. That's the 5 differences.
We're not giving the exact pricing. We're talking like a couple more grand.
A couple more grand.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say the QA 3000 is our bread and butter. The GT30 is bread and butter. We also make both of these in a 36-inch width as well.
And then you said front weights is a thing like it's
There's a front weight kit on this machine.
Is there a little bit of imbalance over there sometimes, or why did they do that?
No, it has more to do with the speed that you can get out of this machine, that they need a little more nose pressure. And then the final product is the Gateway Applicator. This is a dry applicator and a boomless wet applicator.
And you're saying the word applicator.
So this is a
we talking
chemical
like cedar? Oh,
this is a chemical applicator for lawn fertilizing.
So fertilization.
Fertilization, weed control. You can put seed through the hopper. This is a boomless sprayer up to about 12 foot. It is wheel speed metered. So if you set your chemical ratio in the, and we'll talk about the one-touch controls here, it doesn't matter if I get on it and run it a mile an hour or if I run it 5 miles an hour, the ratio of product being put down will be adjusted by flow and pulsation.
Feels like really different from most, right? This whole setup?
It is a different setup. This has got one-touch controls on it, which are here on the console. So if you'll push these 2 buttons, these are your on-off buttons. So if we're gonna put down a dry product, it's set like that. When you have it flashing, now when the machine moves, it's putting down product. You hit the buttons again, it stops. You're moving, you're applicating. If you get to a sidewalk or a driveway or something and you want to stop spraying quickly, you just momentarily hit it and it stops.
How does this compare to like a Toro Z spray? Is it like very different, or is this pretty similar?
Very different in the sense that we're wheel speed metered and driven, so that your product stops flowing when you stop motion.
When you stop, the worst thing would be to keep going because it's going to burn that. So that's a huge feature, probably.
Absolutely a huge feature. So the one-touch controls on this, right now it's in a narrow spray, which is about 4 to 6 feet coming out of the center nozzle on the front. If you want to go to your wide spray, that's the 2 outside nozzles, and that'll get you up to about 12 foot.
It's $2.
You can You can also isolate to right side or left side.
Okay.
So center, wide, right, or left.
Price point on something here.
Ross.
What's the exact on this? You know?
16.4-ish.
16.4
on the over there. About the same on the 30.
With the seat box, you're gonna add $2,000.
And what about here?
This one you're gonna be at about 18. This is more than that one. This one you're gonna be at 18. You're gonna be 16 here.
Should you have been jumping in on this thing? I mean, why didn't you rattle those numbers like this guy? This guy knows his stuff. He knows all the technical.
Right.
What about warranty on these? 'Cause with mowers, you'll see like 2 to 5 years.
Yeah,
Is this
it's pretty normal in this.
Because like we do, Echo chainsaws. It's like 1 year because like these are the things that get grimy, cruddy. I mean, that's pretty normal.
That's pretty normal. You know, the motors have got different warranties on them through the motor manufacturer.
Right.
For the most part.
Yeah, a lot of the motors are probably 3.
Yeah.
So
for the most part, it is 1 year through Stinger. They're all great product, and we have dealers all over the place. Dealer locator on the Stinger website can get you hooked up wherever you're at in the country.
He's got me thinking. Sounds like value-wise, you're right there in the mix with everyone, except you got a very different hydraulic setup, and you got a couple features like this.
Yeah, this machine, there's nobody that has a machine like this out there.
The name of the game of business, I've been learning this, package pricing. So like this is an absolute bundler.
Right, a
something
total
you can do.
lawn care package. You know, we're gonna spring aerate and overseed. We're gonna mow all summer long for you. We're gonna put chemical application down. You know, you're giving them the value, and it's one-stop shop.
You know, I think there's a ton of value that we just gave in how to, what to do here, right? So differentiate yourself from the kid with the push mower, you know what I mean? This is a perfect tool to pair with lawn care. So
yeah,
appreciate your time here.
Yeah, and glad to help.
Appreciate it.